What a treat to be in Nashua. And we have had a spectacular day, honey. Haven't we had a great day in New Hampshire? It's been a great day. My second trip back in 5.5 weeks, not by accident. This is really, really important. You guys are important. You're a battleground state. We're really counting on you. I had a blast coming here and campaigning with some of you when I was DNC chair. I was here in 2010, and that was the first time that I with Governor Lynch, learned to tour the Puritan back room and shake hands with everybody and have a chicken tender or two off somebody's plate while I was doing it. And we went back there today and did it again. I came back in 2014 and campaigned with my great friend Jeannie Shaheen. Jeannie and I served together on the Armed Services and Foreign Relations committees. We're the only two senators who are on both of those committees. We both care passionately about the role of America in the world, and you're really lucky with Jeannie, and I can't wait, Maggie, for you to come join the delegation and be part of the Senate, and I really look forward to working together with you. Thanks for your great leadership. It was a treat to be with John and Susan today, and after we went to the Puritan, we went and did a great education roundtable, and John gave this very compelling talk about why he is so excited about this ticket, and it's something that really was humbling to me because we did really look at John as kind of a governor's governor when I was in office, so that was great to connect. And I just want to say to Annie, Ann didn't say that Annie and my Annie's sister went to college together, and so we kind of have a connection, and you've got a great member of Congress, and I was with Carol earlier today, so we're cruising the state and we're having a blast. And we've done kind of events like this, rev folks up in Dover and Laconia and here, and we went to an apple orchard, and we went to the Puritan back room, and we did an education roundtable. And how I did that without gaining 15 pounds and all the various events I've been to, I don't know. But New Hampshire, you guys really know how to do this. And the crowds have been like this where we've gone. They've been, volunteers that are packing the place, people who are making phone calls, people who are signing up for volunteer shifts, and with smiles on our faces. What a difference. You look at the other side, say you watch their convention, or you listen to this speech that Donald Trump gave last night. The other side, it's doom and gloom and blame America first, and it's like Gotham City 5 or some video game of some dystopia. And that's kind of the way the other side looks at this country right now. I just don't get it. I do not get it. I mean, do we have challenges? Absolutely. Do we have problems we need to solve? Absolutely. But we are can-do, optimistic, patriotic,
that's us.
People. That's us. That's our party. That's our country. That's our country. And what people see from Democrats is this spirit that we have of the can-do. We have every problem we have, we can successfully tackle as long as we let everybody around the table to work on it together. The only time we ever get into trouble as a nation, or as a state, or as a city or a community, is if we don't let everybody around the table to work on the challenges we have. When we start dividing, or playing a blame game, or doing name calling, or dissing somebody because they're disabled, or dissing somebody because they're the wrong religion, or dissing somebody because we don't like their national origin, that's when we get into trouble. And that's what we're seeing from the other side. And that's why this race is so important. There's existential values at stake in this race. This is a race where the differences between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump are vast, but it's also a little bit of a race where it's America looking in the mirror and deciding what it is that we see there. Is it upbeat, can-do, optimistic, we can lick any challenge? Is that who we are? Or is it doom and gloom and blame America first and pretend that, we're not great anymore and we're in decline? That's what the other side, that's a line they're trying to push on us. I don't buy it for a second. I don't think Granite Staters do. I know Virginians don't. And come November 8th, Americans aren't going to buy it. They're going to go with the upbeat and positive message of Hillary Clinton. There's 3 basic pillars of the campaign, and then I just want to close with a thank you. I mean, the basic pillars are these. First, can we create an economy that works for everybody, not just for a few? Thank goodness President Obama cut the unemployment rate in half, 15 million new jobs, pulled us out of a recession that the other guys put us into. Hasn't gotten enough credit for it, especially since he's had to do it with the other side basically giving him no help, voting against him every step of the way. He gets a lot of credit for that, and we need to be very thankful for that. But we know we have more to go. We know we have to create a situation where everybody sees a ladder they can climb, and there are people in this country who don't see the ladder they can climb. And so it's about investments in manufacturing and infrastructure. It's about investments in education and fairness policies like an increased minimum wage or equal pay for women or child care tax credit so that people can work and know that their kids are going to be in an educational environment. So these are basic strategies for growing the economy. Look at the other side. Want to repeal Dodd-Frank? Want to take away the regulation of the financial institutions that tank the economy? Want to do a tax plan that gives massive benefits to those at the top, especially to people like Donald Trump, a very self-interested plan? There's a huge difference between the Clinton plan and the Trump plan on the economy, and I just describe it as this. It's basically, do you want a you're hired president or a you're fired president? There's a reason when we think of Donald Trump, we think of the words you're fired, and no surprise, that's the plan that he's putting on the table, a plan that will hurt this country. The second pillar of the campaign is how do we be safe and strong? Safe in the world with a strong military, but also safe because we build alliances. Donald Trump thinks it's okay to trash the military. I got a son in the Marine Corps. Donald Trump says the American military is a disaster. He has said that multiple times. He's made fun of John McCain because he was a POW. He's ridiculed a Virginia family, the Kahn family, that lost a child. A Gold Star family ridiculed them. This guy wants to be commander-in-chief. You ridicule our own military, and then you say you're going to tear up alliances like NATO. You cannot build walls, tear up alliances, and ridicule our military and say, we're going to be stronger. Donald Trump is a one-way path to making us weaker as a nation, not stronger. Hillary Clinton, on the other hand, was a member of the Armed Services Committee in the Senate, fought for military families. The Armed Services members I serve with remember her as a great senator on that committee, but she also has been a diplomat. She understands that part of strength in the world is about the strength of your military, but the other part is, do you have some alliances? Can you share intelligence with other nations to try to stop terrorist attacks or catch people before they do things that are wrong? If you tear up the alliances, then suddenly you're really isolated, and that makes you more dangerous. And then the last issue that's important is this issue I alluded to. Do we create a community of respect or not? I mean, look around here. We got all kinds of folks here, and that's what we like. That's what we like about our communities. That's what we like about our country. That's what we like about being Democrats. God's created this rich tapestry, in the world, and the diversity of it is one of the things that makes it so interesting and exciting. We instinctively celebrate that as a nation. Virginians kind of put it out there, even if they couldn't live that way when they said equality was going to be our North Star in 1776. They weren't living that way, but they were smart enough to know that that should be the North Star we would orient towards. And Hillary Clinton builds this community of respect. She's done it her whole life. And we have somebody on the other side who seems to think it's okay to double down on the blame game and trashing people over their religion or their national origin or making fun of people with disabilities. The choices could not be clearer. And this race is going to be tough. It's September 1. We're starting into the home stretch. I've always believed this would be hard. It's hard because it's a season of surprises. It's hard because after Citizens United, anybody can put anything up on the air and say anything, and you can't hold them accountable. And it's hard because Hillary Clinton is trying to do something that nobody has ever done in the history of this country. When you're trying to do something for the first time, it's tough. I bet a lot of you have tried to do things that maybe in your family or your neighborhood or in your social situation you're the first to try to do them. I bet a lot of you have tried to do things and have had people, even people close to you, to say, maybe that's not going to work out, or you probably can't do it, or, I wish it would work, but, maybe it won't. That's what Hillary's trying to do in this race. She's trying to go against the history that's made it uniquely difficult in our country. New Hampshire's got a great track record, but in our country, we made it hard for women to get elected to federal office. Congress now is 19% women. That is the highest it's been in the history of this country. And that ranks us, hold on a second, that ranks us 75th in the world, dramatically below the global average. Iraq is 26%, people. Afghanistan's 28%. Rwanda's number 1, they're 64%. We do a lot of things well, and we should be proud. But part of being proud and confident is also being willing to look in the mirror and say there's some things that we need to do better at. And one of the things we need to do better at, and again, New Hampshire's got a great track record, but as a nation, one of the things we need to do better at is we've made it hard for women to be elected to federal office. And so there's a lot at stake in this election. Big values at stake, making histories at stake, being true to the values of our country, values we care about is at stake, and that's why the work you do is so important. I'll just go back and conclude and echo what Maggie said. What you are doing is really important. What each of you are doing individually is very important. I've run 8 races and I've won 8 races. I've never lost, and I ain't losing this one. But the way you win is through the outreach. The way you win is through the discipline. Put a thought in your mind, we're the underdog till they call us the winner. And you know how politics is these days. All the negative ads on TV, to some degree, people are kind of zoning out on that. That's probably not true. Kind of tune it out a little bit. But they will still believe you. A word from a friend, a coworker, somebody in their classroom, a neighbor, a parishioner, a word from somebody they know can convince them, because people are interested. They want to talk, they have questions, they have ideas, they care about their country, but they want to have somebody to talk to they can trust. And even if you don't know them, if you're making a call for Hillary Clinton or the Clinton-Kaine ticket and you say, I'm a volunteer, you knock on somebody's door, I'm a volunteer, the first thing that person knows, they don't know you, is they're a volunteer. They didn't have to be here. They didn't have to do this. They're doing it because they personally really care. They think it's important. And then that opens up space where you can answer a question or give people encouragement, help them be persuaded to choose, or help them be persuaded that, of course, they should vote. And that's why what you're doing is so important. So look, it's going to be a tough and challenging race. We're in New Hampshire for a reason. You Granite Staters are key to this thing. We're going to be back a lot. We feel really good because we've seen you do your best work. I mean, we know what you can do. We paid attention, and you're very, very good when the chips are down and the stakes are high and important work has to be done. You know how to do it. We have a lot of confidence in you, and more than that, we have a lot of gratitude to you for what you're doing. So thanks for being so welcoming. Look forward to being back. We're going to make history on November 8th, and then we will make history every day thereafter, doing the right things for the state, doing the right things for this country. Thanks so much.